Hello guys, just look at this. Just infinite melees, infinite orb generation. Look at the left part of the screen. Infinite fire sprite generation as well. There's a cooldown, but if the cooldown is gone, you generate it. And because of the fire sprite, you get restoration, you get your grenade, you get your melee. It's just so good. You don't need to fire your weapons. You kill everything in front of you. Everything. Boom. Just like that. Amazing build, the best solar build in the game. Guys, I even tried it on legend difficulty, on the new legend difficulty, and it worked so well. I'm going to leave you with the build now. It's a little bit in depth. Hope you like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello guys, we have a new screen to show the mods, so I'm going to use it. On my helmet, I use 2 ashes to assets, so when I kill enemies with grenade, I get super. And when I kill someone with my melee, and our melee will be infinite, we'll be killing a lot of people with our melee, you get super as well. So I use hands-on and 2 ashes to assets. On our exotic young Hamkara spine, when you hit enemies with your trip mine, you get grenade energy back. You don't need to kill the enemies, you only need to hit them, which is amazing, makes it one of the best exotics in the game. So what I do is I use firepower. When you kill enemies with your grenade, you generate the orb. And heavy-handed, when you kill someone with your melee, with your powered melee, you generate orbs of power. Remember, we have infinite melees, infinite power melees, so we'll be generating an infinite amount of orbs. Is so good. And I went with grenade kickstart. Just because I throw my grenade, I get a small bump back. If I have armor charge, I will get even more. It's really nice. Normally, on the old build, people would use, instead of firepower or instead of heavy-handed, use focusing strike. No, not focusing strike, sorry, impact induction. So when you cause damage with a melee attack, it reduces your grenade cooldown. So what would happen would be you throw your grenade, you get like a lot back. Imagine you have 80% back. You throw your melee, because your melee hit the enemy, you would get the rest of your grenade. And rinse and repeat. Throw your grenade, now you don't have your melee, but you have your dodge. So you dodge, you get your melee, and you keep doing this and doing this infinitely. You can still do this, but the thing is, I really like the orb generation thing going on, so I don't mind waiting 2 or 3 seconds more. It's not a big deal. But if for you want like no cooldown at all, go with impact induction instead of one of these. Okay? For my mods on my chest, these are very basic. I just went with resists for every single type, or well, not every single type, the ones we have the most in the game. So arc resistance, solar resistance, and void resistance. You can go with sniper damage, concussive. Honestly, it's up to you. On my legs, I went with stacks on stacks. When you pick up Orb of Power, it grants you one additional stack of armor charge. So it's very good because you're always generating orbs, right? So you're getting more stacks of armor charge. So when you throw your grenade, you get more back. It's really good. The gameplay loop is really fun. And I just went with health, replenish health each time you pick up an orb. So you have infinite orbs on the floor. You keep getting health and also grenade. It's such a good build, guys. Such a good build. And for the Hunter Cloak, I went with, it's an artifice. That's why I have one more here. I went with distribution, so I get If I dodge near enemy, I get more ability cooldown. Bomber, I get a small bump of bomber of grenade back and outreach. Honestly, you don't need outreach because I didn't even saw this. It's bomber because when you dodge, you will get all your melee back. So if you're near an enemy, so nah, will go with double bomber, and that's it. You could go with utility kickstart, but I want to save all my armor charge for the grenade, and that's it. So this is it. Remember, you could swap one here or here, but this is it. This is the build. I'll show my artifact, what I chose. I went with this because of the mods. And honestly, I don't like to keep resetting the artifact. Oh, they said it was. Apparently, it's not free, but okay. Nice Bungie. One here that is really good is this one, Solar Surge. Collecting a fire sprite gives you armor. Why? Because you'll generate a lot of fire sprites. So this one is a must. Then you can choose whatever. I like this one because of my void guns, um, for my strand build. But this one, okay, this one is like a must for the build. And now my aspects and fragments. Of course, knock them down and gunpowder gamble. I know a lot of people don't like this, okay? And it's not essential to the build. I like it because it gives me extra power, more firepower, okay? So I have, it's like I have an extra grenade sometimes, and it clears a whole room of ads. So I really like it. If you want, you can choose this one. Will give you more fragments, and you can use more fragments basically. But I myself, I play with these two: gunpowder gamble and knock them down. The fragments now. The new one, Amber of Mercy. When you revive an ally, you and other nearby allies gain restoration. We don't care about that. No one is supposed to die, so we don't care about that. We care about this one. Picking up a fire sprite grants restoration. This build was already one of the best builds in the game. But now, but it lacked one thing: survivability, healing. Now we have it. So it's a S tier, guys. It's so good. We have survivability in an extremely offensive build because you keep throwing your trip mines all the time. So you have firepower and you have healing. Remember, fire sprite. How do we generate a fire sprite? You ask. With this, Ember of Searing. Defeating scorched targets grant melee energy and creates a fire sprite. This is new. Fire sprite is a new thing. So, when you kill a scorched enemy, you create a fire sprite. Knife trick will be infinite because if you're radiant, you will get your knife trick back. And that's why we have to choose the third fragment, Ember of Torches. Powered melee attacks against combatants make you radiant. So you kill an enemy, you're radiant. So you'll get your melee back. You kill an enemy, you're radiant, you get your melee back. So that's the loop. Infinite. Because these scorch targets, when you kill a target that is scorch, you create a fire sprite. When you get that fire sprite, you get grenade cooldown and restoration, like 3 seconds of restoration. Yes, it's not much, but it helps a lot. If you want to add some more, you swap to on your mark, you come here and you choose one of the fragments that gives you more time of radiant and restoration, Ember of Solace. Honestly, I prefer to have more firepower, extra grenade. Sometimes I die with it because it kills everything, even the person that threw it. But it's your choice. Myself, I use this, and I really enjoy it. Like, really, it's really strong. I've been doing stuff at really high level. I'll show a few clips, and yeah, it's really good, guys. So, this is the build. About the guns, I don't care about. You can use whatever guns you want with this build because this build is about abilities and they nerfed abilities. They nerfed our cooldowns, but with this you don't even notice it. Honestly, it's the same build. Eh, Sorry, it's not the same build. It's even better because now you have survivability. You have healing in a high damaging build. So it's really, really good. But if I could tell you a gun to use, it's one with incandescent because incandescent will scorch targets. So basically, even if you're not killing enemies with their melee, if you're just scorching them, you'll generate fire sprites. Okay, so yeah, and this is it, guys. This is the build. I hope you like it. I hope you like the clips on the video, and I'll see you. Hunter Solar is done. This is the best build for Solar this season for Lightfall. See you guys.